highway?
Was this guy supposed to be the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the bye week. We've got 2 weeks off here now, so lots to talk about here. So we're going to talk about the main thing here with the Cowboys, what the problem is. Today we're breaking out the D for Dallas. Camo time. All right. Got a lot of caps in the queue. We're showing every one of them off this season, this 2024 season. So every video I will have a new cap to show off. So we love this team, man. You know, like I said, you know, we spend a lot of money on these guys just to be thoroughly disappointed. So what the hell is going on? All right. Are they going to make moves in the bye week? Jerry has come out here on 105.3 The Fan and basically said no. Same thing with Steven. These guys now have in place. So they've had in place for quite a while now, you know, what they believe to be a good structure, a good way to bring in top flight talent, this sorts of things. As fans, you know, we know that this is not true. Now they do have some good things, you know, they have hit on a few players, but it's you know, so we do have to acknowledge that they do have some good things that they have done, but still they're not getting it done with this curtain setup, you know. So what needs to happen? The title of this video is the Cowboys need to reorg. All right. Every big company, every $1 trillion company has had a reorg to reset. All right. Cowboys have kind of done a soft rebuild here with this roster. I think some of us have acknowledged that, but they don't look competitive at all. You know what I mean? So we know that. We know what the product is on the field, but you know, for this team to move forward, they gotta take a deep dive, look at what operations they're doing internally. All right. So for me, all this discussion about what coaches we're gonna bring in here, that was gonna be my original video, honestly. Like, what head coaches could we bring in here? And I'll probably still do it, but I think before you get to getting your next head coach, they have to reorg this thing, man. They really do. All right. Will they do it? Probably not, man. But the answer is to do a reorg. That is the answer, because what they've been doing for the last 30-something years has not been working. And I will give Jerry credit to you know, trying different things. So that's why I'm hoping that, you know, somehow this video will get to them and they'll consider this, like honestly, seriously consider it. You know what I mean? Because we know the old Jerry, he would spend a lot on free agents. Some of them were misses, some of them were big misses, and then they, you know, they went in and looked at a different way of doing things, right? And I think Bill Parcells helped in that way. You know what I mean? I think he really transformed how the Cowboys look at things now, but they have kind of lost their way again. You know what I mean? 12-5 seasons, 3 in a row. That's good, but it's not the standard around here. All right. We've been stuck on 5 Super Bowls since the 90s. All right. And we are sick of it, man. We are. I have no interest in buying any more tickets to go watch these guys in person. You know what I mean? I was talking to Mike about this. Why? You know what I mean? I mean, if you're going to spend a lot of money, you want it to be good. That's like going to a fancy restaurant. You're going to pay big money. You expect the meal to be delicious. You expect the dessert to be, you expect all courses to be delicious. You go to a Cowboys game right now. Can you imagine if you went to that Detroit game? My sister went to that game, dude. Took her kids and, you know, it was like a slap in the face, man. You spend all this money and then come out here and that's what they put out. 9 points, 3 field goals. Terrible, man. Terrible. It's just terrible how they're managing this team. So How do you get this done? How do you reorg this? All right, so the Cowboys that we know right now, you have Jerry Jones, the owner slash GM. You got Stephen Jones, the COO, and you got Will McClay. All right, these are the three main guys in control of the Cowboys right now. And it's been this way since about 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. You know, Will McClay has kind of made his bones there. You know, he obviously got Zach Martin here. And, you know, he has had some good picks, but they've had some big misses as well. The TJ Watt miss was one. Taco Charlton disaster. There's been some draft classes that have been horrific. And they're kind of losing their way there as well. There needs to be a conversation as far as, you know, the draft picks that are coming in here, because the way they have this system set up is you're building through the draft. And if that's the case, you really got to be spot on on your draft picks outside of your first round. You know what I mean? They've gambled way too much in the second round. They've missed so many picks in the second round. The best ones in recent years have been D Law and Trayvon Diggs. You know what I mean? Outside of that, rough. So if it were me, man, this is how I would reorg this. Now, take a look at this picture here. I know right off the bat, people are gonna be like, oh, this will never happen. And it probably won't happen. But the Cowboys are serious about fixing the culture here. This is what they need to do, you know. And if not Troy Aikman, who I have here as the president of football operations, it needs to be somebody else. They need that firewall. I mean, prime example, Ezekiel Elliott went to somebody, I think we know who, right? And he got more snaps over the hot hand. All of us talked about, we got to go with the hot hand. You got to stay with Rico Dowdle. And you put Zeke out there. I mean, we love what Zeke has done here for this team, you know. But he's just not the same player, man. And when you're going to face a top-flight opponent, you got to have your best players available right out the gate. You know, we heard the excuse, you know, we want to save Rico Dowdle because he's not, you know, so he's not the healthiest. You know, it's difficult to keep him healthy. He's an undrafted running back. He's been on this roster for a while. So what I want to do here in this reorg is you bring in a football operations guy that gives you that firewall. All right, you got your scouting guy here, Will McClay. All right. And then you have your VP, a player operations with Todd Williams. I want to bring in Troy Aikman. Oh, he won't leave the contract with ESPN and this and that, man. Troy has done everything already, man. All right? He's done everything. He wants to get into this. He loves the Cowboys, man. He wants to bring the glory back. You know what I mean? It's not always about money all the time. All right? It's about pushing yourself to being better. You know what I mean? And Aikman, the competitor that he is, through and through, you know, he would love to be in this position. You know, be in there. Let him transform this team. You know what I mean? Let him. Maybe they need to tweak the scouting department. All right. I firmly believe that either way you cut it, you need to start thinking about transforming that scouting department. It's gotten stale. Some of these draft classes are getting worse and worse, and sometimes you got to do a reboot there. Just like any other place, you got to refresh some things around here. You know what I mean? I'll let Troy analyze that. You know, maybe bring in some other people. He knows a lot of people, man. He knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of football people. Some of the biggest and brightest minds in football. He knows them. The template is there. You know, look what Denver did with John Elway. You know what I mean? They had their run there with him. They were in the championships, Super Bowls. The other template, San Francisco, and brought in John Lynch is the president of football operations. He's that buffer. He's built that team to be competitive, to be in Super Bowl appearances. All right, Cowboys. Think about it, man. Come on, just please try this. You can take all the credit, bro. You know, but you gotta let Aikman he's gotta have the stick there. You know, he's gotta be the one you know, that makes these big decisions. You know, let him hire the coach, you know, have him have his thumbprint on the draft classes, on the picks, the types of players that we want in here. He knows what it takes. He knows the type of player, the type of psychological, you know, aspect of this. That's a huge part of sports, is the psychological aspect of it. You know, is this a soft player mentally? You know, are they kind of crazy? Sometimes you need a little bit of crazy, but you still need somebody that can make plays. Sometimes you need a good mix of that here. And here with Dallas, they're just missing on a lot of these guys. So if it were me, man, I would reorg first. That would pump up the fan base, man. Like, okay, show us that you're trying something and not the same old bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Show us. Please show us, man, because the way we're going right now, we have zero faith that we're going to get anywhere. Honestly, for real, man. Like, if they don't make a big change here this coming offseason, it's not going to make a damn difference, bro. If they keep this in place, Jerry, Steven, and Will, it's not going to matter who the coach is going to be. It could be Ben Johnson. It could be Slovic. It could be Belichick. It could be, you know, somebody from college. You know, whoever you want to put in there. You know, it's going to be the same old, same old. They're not going to ever get past the divisional round. They need to reboot the front office, bro. It starts there. It's a fucking disaster, right? Guys, let me know what you guys think. Continue to like, subscribe, and share, and let's see where this ride goes.
Yeah, old school, baby.